had a lot of practice with the system, volunteering my time in a school, that curriculum in Kumasi. That was even way before I got married.
Sometimes you feel so stressed. Sometimes you feel, am I going to make it? You can't really predict the future. So if you are not very focused and determined to get it done, you may back off along the line.
I mean, just encouraging them, because you see, when you're going through a process of transforming, it's hard. It's like there's an old you competing with a new you. It's hard for a lot of people, and this is why they give up.
The differences of our upbringing can play a huge role and can become the reason why we have conflict.
So I told them that if you
be a part of She Inspires this and every Wednesday on the IMDrive on Sunny 88.7 FM, 8:30 AM, and live on Facebook same time. Also join in on Sunny TV every Wednesday at 8:30 AM. Brought to you by She Inspires.
Welcome to another inspiring episode of She Inspires, and today I have with me a customer experience consultant. She's a soft skills trainer, an adoption advocate, diabetes coach, and author. And the mention of her name or the sound of her voice may ring a bell for some of you who used to listen to the Rev and Rap show on Sunny FM on weekends, Saturday during the weekends. My guest on She Inspires today is Rabi Brimah. I knew some of you would remember her. Rabi, good to have you on She Inspires.
I am totally grateful to be here. Thank you so much.
I'm super excited, and 50 looks so good on you. You have to turn around because we have missed you. For those of you, you've got to get up, and
okay, let
do
me
a turnaround because 50
the way
is looking too stunning on you.
Okay.
You're looking so gorgeous.
Thank you
very
much. Thank you very much.
When was the last time I saw you? It's been over 10 years.
Yeah, it has been quite some time.
Yeah.
2015 was when we stopped the Reverend Rap show.
Yeah. And how did it even start? It just occurred to me, I never even bothered to ask how it all started. We've just been enjoying, we had been enjoying the show.
I know, you're taking me. Reverend Kofi Oche was our pastor then. And then I think I was the announcer, and it was made up of, I think, 4 churches: ICGC, Victory Bible Church, I think Grace, Action, I think, yeah. So people who were in those churches who had come onto campus, instead of going back, to the various churches on Sundays, would just meet as CCF and fellowship together. So Reverend Oche was the pastor. I was an announcer at a point, so we got to interact quite a bit. And then at a point, I was also there, and we had to organize a gospel, on board to, help us. So we got to know each other better. I think I must have made a good impression on him. So years after, I was working at Standard Chartered Bank. I was at the Usu branch, and Reverend Kofi Oche shows up, and he says, Rabi, I'm going to start a radio program, and I want you to be my co-host.
Wow.
I was like,
how did that feel?
It felt really good that he had thought of me.
Because before that time, you hadn't spoken, no contact at all.
I hadn't seen him. It felt very good. And to be honest, I had been thinking of radio, so I felt like it was all God started. I walked to the place, I took a CV, my abofosem, and I'm sure they thought this girl is not
too
serious,
much English.
Yeah. So I had thought about radio, so Reverend Oche coming in and asking me to do this was just in line.
But the Reverend Rap show made Saturday there. But what for you were some of your fondest memories of the Reverend Rap show?
There were too many. So my Saturday mornings for 10 years, because we did the
pretty early,
which meant that coming from Lashibi, I'd have to wake up really early and come to the studio before 7 a.m.
to prep.
And those were the days I used to do all night as well.
Oh.
So there were times when after the all night, 5 a.m., I'll just drive from Baden Powell to Sunny FM and park and probably sleep for an hour.
and get the show on the road.
And everything was spontaneous. I remember in the beginning, I had major issues with Reverend Oche. Like, I am not the spontaneous type. I need to prep myself and all. But Rev There was no preparation. We just come on, and sometimes you come 5 minutes to time, you come a minute to time, and I am furious. As natural. And I think that's what, you know, it was where we could meet our listeners. And it felt good to have so many people on the other side, people you didn't know, some of whom have become great friends right now.
Wow.
People I met through radio, people who would listen to you and say, oh, Rabi, I want to be. We got connected and we have a great relationship. You know, we've thought about it, we've talked about it so many times. Rev does not live in the country anymore.
Yeah.
So that's another conversation. We both crave it because we get a lot of people talking to us, asking us.
Because I was on social media and I saw that Celestine Danquah's husband had posted the Saturdays.
Celestine Danquah's husband.
That was Celestine Danquah's husband.
Someone tagged me and I went on there. I commented, but if you had not met Celestine.
That's wonderful.
Yes, yes.
And so after the Reverend Rap show, I know you started This Too Shall Pass. That was your own.
Yeah, that was actually during the Reverend Rap show. It was like 5 years into the Reverend Rap show. So I started This Too Shall Pass. That was on Thursday evenings. It was a 1 hour, was it a 1 hour? I think it was a 1 hour program. Yes, just to encourage people. You know, the title says This Too Shall Pass. So whatever you're going through, it's not meant to last. So I would play music with inspiring lyrics that would, you know, let you know that you're not the only one going through. Doing that not just for them.
Why did you need encouragement yourself during that period? What was happening?
Well, so much. I think I started the Reverend Rap show when I was over 30. Yes, I was probably 32 or 33. And I was single, and I'd been doing it. I mean, I didn't have any child then, so those were times that, especially living in this kind of environment and culture, things that
you living by yourself, and what were some of the things you were hearing? Single
person. There's so many things people will say to you. I mean, and sometimes it amazes me how they get the courage to say those things to you. So they'll say things like, "You're not growing any younger." You're too picky. What is it? There isn't any perfect man, no. You know, stuff like that. So they made it look like it is you.
Okay.
You know, you're not even thinking about carrying on. You're selfish. You know, it's because you're too opinionated to marry. You know, there was
that a man who said that?
A man said that. A man said that. And the man said this so should I say genuinely, because I could tell he didn't mean any malice. He was just saying, so for him, his understanding was that it takes a man to do you good, to give you favor, to show you favor
by marrying
before you can get married. You know, there's so many things that were battling against even what I believed.
But had you dated anybody during the period? Had you courted? Had you had some serious relationships?
Yes. I'd had some relationships, yes. It just didn't end up in marriage. Yeah.
And I know sometimes people say some men don't feel it's like intimidation.
I'm not too sure I met people like that. I don't think I met people who were intimidated by me. So maybe those who were intimidated were those who could not come
up front,
okay. You know, but my life, and I wasn't going to shrink for anybody else to be comfortable. You know?
So there was not ever a time when you would actually just be by yourself and think and go like, God, you know, I'm looking forward to this, or if you're looking forward to, I mean, can you share some of those periods with us when?
A lot of such moments. I mean, there was a time after my 40th, because I lost my mom when I was 39, and then the following year I was turning 40. So the 40 period was crazy for me. Like, I didn't want to turn. I love my birthday. I love to celebrate on my birthday. But that 40th birthday, I didn't want to be around. I wanted to travel far away. You know, I didn't want anybody to be there to celebrate me, because I felt, what was I going to be celebrated for? You know, at a point, so it was just me and my dad. I'm coming from a family of, let's say, 4. So I had my sister, we were 2, and then my mom and my dad.
Are you the oldest?
Yes,
okay.
Oldest, yeah. And my sister died in 92. I was 20 when she died, so then it was just me. My mom and dad were there. I'm sure they had their own hopes. They would have their grandkids at a point.
Exactly.
And then you're going, and nothing like that is happening. Then I lose my mom at age 39. She didn't have her grandchildren. She died. And then I'm turning 40. What am I going to be celebrating? Like, seriously, what celebration? So just be away. Let nobody come and do. God, please take my daddy away so that I can follow. Because I had
actually
plans.
said that prayer?
I had plans of ending it.
Rabi,
Yep.
you did?
Yep. I had plans. Several times I contemplated it. What stopped me? I don't know if I would have ever had the courage to carry it through though, but I had those plans, and it was just my dad, because I felt like it would kill him. Even in my grave, it would kill me again to see what my daddy would go through to lose his only daughter. So I said, God, why don't you just take him away so that I can freely also go? Because what's the point in living and doing all this work and, so that somebody else will come and enjoy, somebody else who currently doesn't particularly care. Those were such encouraging moments for me. And we used to create a lot of fun on the Reverend Rap show. Would laugh about the fact that I was single. I would bring it up. There was this day I heard something during the weekend. I came on air with Rev, and I said, it was this song that someone changed. Said, Jesus, you worry you up to now, are you aware? And then there were other people just like me on the other end who just loved it.
And they connected.
They connected and they were like, yes, we are here. Jesus, are you aware? Would always create the fun around it just to keep us going.
She inspires with Rabi Brimah, and I'm sure you're enjoying this conversation. We're about to find out more about Rabi's journey through singlehood, and we want to health and beauty. The other people to go to for your skincare products, feminine care products is Duffy's Health and Beauty. Find them at East Legon, and they have 2 new branches you can check out at Spintex adjacent KFC and also Tema. With Rabi Brimah on She Inspires.
What did Jaria and my natural look?
Mesu de misu Duffy's feminine cleanse and then capsules ne sie me. E ma me nten carbon bia me Jimmy hu dia ankasa.
Duffy nupano. And what dance here bebre. Duffy sana. Aba ma ye nyina. Enkratoi FD ahwehwe magia to say.
Elegance, comfort, pristine, relaxing. Welcome to Hotel Kasavere, located in the heart of East Legon, Accra. Perfect home away from home. With incomparable attention to detail, we have mastered the unique 24-hour restaurant and take a cold swim to relieve your stress. Call Hotel Kasarere today on 0540 348876 for a truly royal experience.
Hey, stop! You little man, just see him go. This baby can run all day long. I wonder what I would do if there were 2 of him. I am very happy I decided to wait before having another child. Luckily, I met a family planning advisor at a salon who gave me great advice. I also claimed the Advantage Secure gifts. Now I can space the birth of my children as I want. With Secure, I decide.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Oh, finally, the week is ending. So, Akosia, what are your plans for the weekend?
You know my Saturdays, they are spent at First Choice Hair and Beauty Salon. It is almost like a family hangout. I can get my hair done together with my daughter, while my husband gets that class. We sit together and have a mani-pedi session while we just talk and sip on some juice. We all head to the spa for a relaxing massage. It is all about pampering ourselves, so Cynthia is the #1 stop shop for your comfort in beauty for the whole family. They are into beauty supplies as well, nail extensions, and when my in-laws in town, we take her along to select the latest.
Hey, sir, Spa?
Yes, locate First Choice Beauty Salon on the Spintex Road, 200 meters from Zenith Bank. Call 0244 370 894 or WhatsApp 0249 970 407.
So, Rabi, talking about needing encouragement and finding it through the shows you would host and being single and the Lord coming through for you, even at a point when you thought of ending it all because things just did not make sense to you, and God coming through for you. So, Rabi, along the way, we saw that there was a young boy in the picture in your life. Can you tell us more about this young boy?
Oh, that boy.
I like the way
I shared the story about that boy when we were still on the Reverend Rap show. So it was in 2014 when I adopted that angel. I adopted him when he was it 19 days or 20, somewhere there, but he was less than 3 weeks.
Did you know the parents? Had you been trying to go through the process of adoption, got a call? How's the process like?
Right. So I hadn't even started the process of adoption. I had thought about adoption. Someone had picked forms for me from the social welfare. I had the forms in my bag because, you know, I knew I would adopt, but I wanted that time where, you get married and then around age 41, 42. I adopted him at 42. By age 42, I was thinking, this marriage thing, let's forget it, you know. Let's forget it and let's focus on having a child right now.
Had you discussed the adoption process with your dad, your friends, family? Had you discussed it with any of them? Or it was just you and God discussion?
It was just me.
Okay.
I hadn't discussed with family, my dad or anybody.
Okay.
Now, there was one person I had spoken to because he had gone through that process with someone. He had helped someone go through the process.
Okay.
So I discussed it with him. But otherwise, I did not need anybody's consent to do this. It was my decision. It was going to be my life. I was the one struggling as a single person. I was the one struggling as a childless person, and I didn't need anybody's permission. I totally, my concept of life is so different. I know it's a short life. Called me and said that a nurse in the hospital had told her a baby had been abandoned, and it's a boy, and you should go and look at this baby, blah, 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 blah. We went to, I was like, oh, I want a girl. My cousin says, don't worry, just go and look at this baby. So I go to the hospital, I looked at the baby, I held the baby in my arms, and I always tell this story. I say, that moment, there was a love connection. We fell in love. My son right now, he wouldn't know. When we talk about it, but he tells me that he didn't know anything. I said, yes, but I saw you and I fell in love with you. You know, so from that time, I did everything I had to do to go through the process. And then after a couple of weeks, I got the call that your baby will be ready on Monday at the Osu Children's Home. That was a Friday.
How did you feel when that call came through?
I was in the office. I was in the office. I screamed.
Oh.
I screamed. I said, I have a baby. Probably day 1 or day 2.